Good morning. Today I wanted to talk about quality of travel and then focusing on accommodation. Look at where I'm staying. This is the balcony. Has a nice view. Good morning world. But that's not everything. Bathroom, whatever. Kitchen, little bit of living space, and another balcony. And That's what's gonna be the focus of this video, the quality of travel accommodation. Personally, I desire something like this. I stayed in nicer places, I stayed in worse places, and the worst places, they are just a small room, basic necessities, still private, but no nice view, no nothing, like just basic, room, sleep, fuck off again. Those places, they make me, I wouldn't say depressed, but in general it brings down my mood, because if you look at it, your accommodation, you spend, people sleep like 8 hours average, but still some time before sleep, some time after waking up, 12 hours, like half of the day, you spend there, you think like, oh, whatever, if it's outside nice, then it doesn't mind me. Personally, I believe in a lot of energy and everything affects you, so if you stay like 12 hours in some place that is like unsuiting for you, then it will affect your mood and just how you feel. Here, good morning, nice juice. And a coffee, of course, with a cigarette, because we're in the Balkan. At home, I don't even smoke, I just picked up smoking over here because, whatever, my habits, we will talk about another day. Okay, back to the accommodation. So if it's like a place that is not that pretty or nice, then it affects my mood. And then, it also took me a while to figure this out for myself, like what is something I wish for, because I stayed in a very, very nice places, because sometimes I treat myself like that. For example, a couple years ago, I started traveling again. I went to Spain and I booked a villa, like big fucking villa, like 4 or 5 bedrooms. Was there alone, crazy. Big pool, big garden, on the hillside, everything nice, like I felt very good there, but this was also a little bit of a problem because I felt too good there. I didn't go outside. I just bought the food for to stay at the hotel, at the apartment, villa, whatever. Just stayed there all day. I didn't want to go out, because outside was not nicer than my home. So there needs to be a balance in that. Like it shouldn't be like basic, like minimum, and it shouldn't be too nice, because if it's too nice, then yeah, then what's the point in going out? Your home is like the best place. You can be there, blast music, private, get a little bit wasted or whatever. You have your pool there to cool off. So yeah, everything taken care of. Only thing would be missing is the people. And this is also why I don't stay at a nice place, like a super, super nice place, because I was in the Spain, and I like to get. I like to get to know the local population of the place I'm staying at, because, like tourists, I had those conversations, it's just so basic, like you can almost predict how it will go, the flow of conversation. Where you from? Oh, there. Oh, you like it there? Yeah, of course. Oh, that's a nice place to eat out. Oh, you should check out this. Local. Tell me about the history, why it is like this, like how it came to be, how things change over the years. This is what I like. This is also what I search. This is also, yeah, whatever, my way of communicating with the people. So whatever, I was with the locals, and I invited like the local, like to my place, like the nice villa. And after that, he started texting me like every day. He wanted to hang out with me every day. He said like, oh, I got the girls, like, can I come to your place? This was nice, but it also made me realize like, wait, it's not about me, it's about the place, you know. Like, he just likes to chill at the villa, and he doesn't care who's in it, you know. Just that I became friendly with him, then okay, you know, like, and they start to look at you in a different light, you know. Like, you can drive like the Lada, you know, like a cheap Volkswagen, or you can drive like a Lamborghini, you know, and the people will look at you differently just because you drive the Lamborghini. That's just the way it is, you know. People always say like, oh, materialism, I don't care about it, you know, but for me it's all about the personality. This is a big fucking lie, you know. They just tell them that because they don't have it, you know. Everybody looks at that. If I see a nice car passing by and I see a dude in it with a hot chick, you know, I think like, good for him, you know. Nice car, big ride, you know. If I see a nice house, I'm like, who? He's living it up, you know. He has a nice house, you know. Same was with me with like that, you know. So it took me a while to figure it out. Like, not too basic place and not too luxurious, because the luxurious I don't go out anymore, and you know, the people, they will just like me because of my shiny things, and you know, that's actually not the connection I strive for. I'd rather be alone then. So a place like this, like I just showed you on the video, like a little bit of living space to turn your ass, kitchen to cook, balcony left and right, double bed. This is amazing, you know. This is amazing. And then I go out, then I feel good when I'm at home, and yeah, it's the perfect balance, you know. Also took me a while to figure it out. And actually, those accommodations are not too expensive. Like over here, I'm staying for like 25 euros a night or something. This is also what I don't understand, you know. Some people, they book like hostels, you know, like sleeping with a bunch of strangers in a room, you know. Gross, disgusting, you know. Like, if I wanted that, you know, I commit a crime and I go to prison. At least they bring me food to my door then. Anyway, you know, like, I don't understand this. If this is cutting the cost in reality, you know, like, oh, the hostel is like 5 euros a night, then I can kind of get it, you know. But hostels can be just as expensive as this place, you know. I don't get it, you know. Just yeah, look better, search better, find a better deal, I guess. Because I'm not paying too much for these types of places, you know. And in a hostel, that's like also 20, 30 bucks, you know. So personally, I never slept at a hostel. You know, people always say like, oh, you should give it a chance. You know, you meet nice people there. I don't think so. I think the people you meet there are not the best people, because you know, like, if I was already wealthy at a young age, not because of coming from a rich family. I'm born from a single mother. You know, like, we had it not tough growing up, but we had to cut corners left and right. But I started business at a very young age, so I got that going for me. And I think anybody could do that. Really, if it's all starts, listen to this, it all starts with desire, you know? I wanted a better life, so I got it for myself. That's why I don't get the hostile people. They just settle for less, you know? And I won't settle for less. I will always strive for greatness, for perfection, for more. What's behind the corner? What's the next step? Over the mountain top, you know? Don't quit halfway. Whatever, me is me, and other people are other people. But you know, personally, I couldn't even close an eye there. You know, I'm a little bit of a, I could say, paranoid person. So I couldn't close an eye there. You know, if I would be staying at a hostel with strangers, you know, I wouldn't be at ease. You know, I would be worried about my stuff being stolen. I would be bothered by the noise they make, snoring, or fucking how they smell, or something like that. You know, no fucking thanks. You know, if I have to resort to that, I'd rather stay at home. So no hostels for me, you know. Like, I even, like, sometimes it plays in my mind, you know, because I never gave it a chance, you know. Like, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I sleep with all those stinky fucking low life hippie fucks? Because the attitude of them, you know, like, if you settle for that, it's already something wrong in your mind. So yeah, no hostels for me, and I'm not even gonna try it. No fucking way. Anyway, yeah, that's basically the travel accommodation covered, you know, like how I travel, what I take for granted, what I will settle for, you know, and yeah, my personal experience with this. Also, you know, giving the opportunity to sleep in a hostel or in my car, I rather sleep in my car. Come on, man, you know, at least I'm alone there, you know, I can lock it, you know, nobody's gonna touch my shit there. I can even park on like a nice view, you know, so I wake up and I have like mountains in front of me or whatever. Fuck hostels, you know, somebody really should explain that to me. What's the appeal of that? Because yeah, the social appeal I could get, you know, if you want to smash some easy pussy or something, you know, like, mate, nah, 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 nah. If that's the reason you travel, you know, you don't need to travel for that. Just visit your local fucking hookers then, you know, idiot. Because that's what they do, you know. They just go for the young naive pussy, you know, in the hostel. They just say that they play the guitar or something. They carry that bullshit with them, and they talk about enlightenment, you know, like Southeast Asia, you know, those fucks, you know, fuck them, you know, like nah, nah, nah. I like to live comfortable. Yeah, and explain it to me if you really, if I'm overlooking something or I say something that doesn't clash with you like that, you know, like change my view, you know. I'm open for anyone's perspective, you know. I'm always listening, you know. Like what I do with it is my own thing, you know. But I always listen to people. That's the least you can do. It's a part of being a respectful human, you know. Like I think, you know, listen to people. So if you listen to me, thank you for listening to me today. This is my take on accommodations, like not too luxurious, not too cheap, just something in the middle. And that's what I'm gonna close off with today. Have a beautiful day. Jesus Christ is King, and see you in the next one.